And I was going to go through a couple of neat little tricks. I'll do that right now, and then we can get this table wide open. I wanted to cover this last night regarding the alphabet. Some of the interesting, correlations. It's almost like they're a coincidence and everything. No, they're not. There it is. I was looking for my pen. So again, the alphabet. For those that didn't hear it last night, there's 4 letters you take out of the alphabet. You remove the hidden pledge. Do you see the gifts you bring to this table? I want that to sink in. You take out the PLDG, the pledge, the hidden pledge that was thrown into the alphabet, corrupting it into the false Christ, mirroring itself, 13 and 13. That's the to be or not to be. In this case, where it meets in the middle, you have the M and the N, which is 11 and 11. Remember, 1 to 11, 11 to 1. The alphabet is a mirror of itself. And it plays out wonderfully. Isn't it interesting that A, being the Christ consciousness, the as below to as above, if you visualize your hands over your head with your fingertips together pointing up, just like YMCA, yeah, show and tell, kindergarten. You got to be in kindergarten to do this. Okay, is the one. Of course it is. And you are the one that you have been waiting for. And all of creation has been waiting for you as well. Isn't it interesting that B is the second letter, or to be, or not to be? That really is not the question. That introduces a doubt. Let's remove the doubt with ant. Remove the D. Ant is mind. The one mind. To be ant, not to be. Which means you can be that or not. And when you find that which you are, the truth is you can't be anything but that. That's true. C3, isn't that interesting? C3PO. Po, spirit seed, which is hexed. It should be C3RO. Ro, spirit breath into the womb, instead of the penis into the womb. Every time you see the letter P, think penis, think Lucifer's dick in concept, and you will see so deep into a word that you have never seen before. Remember, every letter is a syllable. Scylla, multi-headed hydra. Bull, Taurus, field of creation. Taurus, bull. So every letter is a syllable. It has its own fractal, its own infinite fractal, with multiple meanings. And C3, there's your Trinity, the 1 and 3, 3 and 1. C in the note of unconditional love, the open womb of creation to allow all things in and all things out from creation. The 4th letter is T, the quad, truth, the complete heart. And the only thing that completes the heart is having the will, that's your divine masculine aspect within you, to allow the will of creation, the divine feminine virgin, to give birth immaculately for you. You don't need to fuck her. She'll give you all sorts of babies. And you don't even need to ask. You just have to accept. There's another concept in there I wanted to get across. The missing piece of the puzzle is that. Allowing creation, instead of trying to force your dick into everything. Anything that is intent is a Luciferian dick. Anything that is created is the divine feminine. It's an energetic game, not a physical one. If you think in terms of pussies and dicks, you are blind, divided and conquered, and toast. Don't do that. Truth. 4, the quad. The Phoenician letter capital T is an X inside the circle, which is quad, complete. And when you get the truth, guess what shows up? Mama steps in. I have the will to allow the will of creation. Mama's not afraid of me anymore. I ain't going to dick around with her. That's what happened in the first place. Motherfucker, Oedipus Rex. And you will destroy your own heart of creation, destined to murder your father. Fa Thi Ro, the heart of all creation itself through spirit breath. That's the father. Feminine. Father, feminine. Mother, masculine. Funny how they both start with the same letter, Just another coincidence. E5, divine feminine, which is also the mirror of the three, the Trinity. 5A, sacred geometric creation of truth. F is 6. Of course it's 6. F is the divine feminine source of the Christ mind contained within itself. That's true. And soon you will see that it is you that is that. Plays out in the alphabet here, the right one this time. And of course, K goes back into its original position of 7. Ka, the spirit itself, the completion of the quad, the 4. Take a K and rotate it through 360 degrees, and you will see that you have a Coptic key. And if you look at the letter K as well, what you see is the V, allowing all creation to come into the I, self. Or didn't you see that? Are you looking at letters, or are you looking at concepts? Anagogic sees concepts, but now you see that. H, of course, is the bridge duality, the infinite bridge duality, and it's 8. Ash, 8, H. Funny how they almost sound identical, eh? Because you can pronounce 8 and A and H and 8 the same way. They're one and the same, singularity. And of course, I has to be consciousness 9. And the J, oh yeah, there's the J. The Je. That's why you don't need a G, because the J takes care of all of that, doesn't it? Isn't that funny? It also has a Wa in it. Wan, Ya, Yavol, Ja, Jesus, Ha, Jesus. The J is the natural quad of consciousness. Io itself. The creation within the womb, already created, merely needing your acceptance. Or, your Luciferian penis, but of course you won't see an L in this alphabet. M and N are 11, the natural quad, the magnetic, divine, feminine essence of creation itself, infinitely mine. And when you join them together, it creates the V. O, creation itself. Look at that. Back to the 10 again. The I-O, creation itself, with a self-contained intent. Excuse me. Rho, spirit breath, which of course has to be 9, consciousness. Q, well, that's the infinite intent already contained within the womb. And you will see the sperm inside the egg. It's in the symbol. The divine feminine, the Se Ro Pence, or the Se Ro point, 0 point, has to be Se Ve En. In creation, truth, infinitely mine. Se verily En. Here we go back to the Christ mind. It has to be you. The original intent contained within, which of course is 6. Not the hex, the Psi key. Psi spirit, X, Greek letter key. It's also a 10. Psi 10. V, the divine feminine. All of creation allowed to be. It was, of course, Phi Ve again. Sacred geometric creation of truth. And the V contained within itself as well. Just a coincidence. Double U is, again, a quad. The positive masculine and positive and negative masculine, and the positive and negative feminine. There's the quad of the 4 again. Phoenician letter T, the X inside the circle. X does mark the spot. And if you are not standing in truth, you don't have that beautiful circle of protection around you. creating things like the Celestine prophecy effect that I live in, and many of us do now. X, life itself has to be three. The Trinity, the one in three, the three in one. The key, the true life, chi. Why? Has to be two, because it's a singularity out to a duality, the two roads that you can choose. And when you finally see the truth, you realize that there never was a choice. That was the illusion. The truth is the only choice, and what a silly thing to doubt that. And that was a seed of doubt planted in there to doubt the truth at all. And of course, Z, the true hourglass upon itself in the mirror, the true Horus, the true Christ is the one. That's you. Greatest story ever told. And that same greatest story plays out in everything in this literal matrix, but if you're looking at the subplots, and only the subplots, you will see countless infinite different shows going on where I only see one. So there's the alphabet. One more time for everyone. It goes something like this. This is the alphabet as I see it, and this one makes sense. The other one didn't. It had too many poisons in it. And of course it was a hidden pledge, PLDG, with the vowel E removed, which is consciousness. The pledge with consciousness removed. Take the hint. And you won't find this out in a legal book or a law school, will you? No. I deal with the true law, the heart. So the alphabet reads as follows. A, B, C, T, E, F, K, H, I, J, M, N, O, R, Q, S, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, or Z, depending on what part of the planet you're on. Who cares? Again, A, B, C, T, E, F, K, H, I, J, M, N, O, R, Q, S, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. And you number them like this. A to the very end goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That way you have collapsed the mirror of the alphabet, you see. And you will see the equal and opposite on each side. It's beautiful. So there you go. Pledge removed. Anytime you see, try this out. Take a typical sentence or something, and anywhere you see a PLDG, replace them with this just to see the energy of the phonics. Now, when you read letter by letter, as I do, the whole sentence shifts because you take out the L, the Luciferian lie, and put the spirit breath of life back in. Ro, R. The P is replaced with the R as well, because the P is the penis of Lucifer overlaying the top right quadrant, which is the realm of the divine feminine, as portrayed in Ireland. Ulster, with the boot of Rome and London on it. The other three provinces are the Republic of Ireland. Ulster is deemed crown property. Not anymore. I only see one heart. The D. Now, say the letter D and the letter T and see where your tongue sits. Yeah, close, huh? So you take out the half of the whole, the mirror of it, of the whole, the D, the upside down backwards P. Just a coincidence, it all works this way. Isn't it neat? And you replace it with truth. You take the mirrors and the illusions and the half-truth out, and you replace it with T. The law of truth itself. And of course, G, the newest letter of the English alphabet, which is the incomplete hex. You break that spell by putting the mirror over top of it for the Greek letter theta, which is creation itself in gratitude of the Christ mind, phonetically. So what we have is PLDG is now RRTK. Art of the Spirit, indeed, isn't it? So there's a little Phoenician fun, a little Phoenician alphabet stuff, and I know there are others that are way better at this in terms of numbers and whatever than I, working other things with numerology. I talked a bit about my own two life paths, the boy version and the girl version, created into the one, which creates a singularity path of 5A, the creation of truth. So go ahead, question me, because I know who I am. And really the only question that remains is, do you know who you are? Because by your actions, I will know who you are. And I will do my damnedest, if it is your wish to climb this mountain, to help you climb it. There will be some jagged rocks. But don't worry. Just let me keep pulling and I'll get you past them. Because the only jagged rocks on that mountain are the ones you put in front of you. Learn to breathe. Get deep, get dark, get quiet. And how about you have a look around? Let me give you a contrast, you greedy bastards. Somewhere on this planet, there is an evil thing called a child lying dying and starving in the gutter somewhere, freezing to death. And you think you don't have everything you need? I'd say you have more than what you need in absolute abundance in that contrast. And that's true. That's my contrast that I live in. Thus, abundance flies through me to you, and vice versa. Nothing stops at Kate's gate. It's open. It goes straight through.